nonprofit. This is exactly why we need your support as a nonprofit. And so when you're a nonprofit and you work with glass and you're working kind of at the bare minimum here, and you're doing amazing things, you break breakers and power loses and glass drops to not cool temperatures, literally cool temperatures, which is not cool. And this is why we need your support. And so it's actually quite an interesting thing in any hot shop. And for those of you who are glass workers who know, when the power goes out without a backup generator, things get really fast. And it's really an interesting thing to see, because this whole time I've been talking to you about maintaining temperatures and about expansion and contraction, about all the stuff. Well, when things turn off, when you're not expecting them to, the glass will drop in temperature extremely quickly. And when that happens, that's when things break. So it's a different sensation than working something and making a mistake and things breaking. And so it's really an interesting thing. What it tends to look like is, if you can think of like chickens in a coop, and then you throw seed and they just kind of go crazy everywhere. That's kind of what it looks like, where everybody's running around. They're trying to figure out how to get the power back on, or where the issue with the power is, or where the issue with the equipment is, which is what we were doing. And so the power dropped, and so we're back now, and I'm going to try to catch us up. So Nolan's making another Rodicello pattern. This is the specifics of that. And you can see he's layering the glass in that cross-hatching crisscross pattern. Did I mention that we have a place on our website where you can go to support us so that we make sure the power doesn't go out? We are a nonprofit dedicated to education, and so anything you can do to help us move forward, to stay the arts organization that we are, to continue to do all the philanthropic programming that we do. I can't stress it enough. Donate, donate, donate. We love to see you guys. We love to teach you guys, and we really need your support. So they had a discussion when things shut down. I think there was a discussion on how to put the hand in place and where that's going to live. And I think it's turned into water break. So I am going to join them, and we're going to get back with you guys in just a second. I'm going to leave it on Nolan, see what he's doing, see if he's going to get to work in here in just a minute. And any questions that you have, drop them in the texting, messaging area. All right, everybody. I've had my little water break, and we are waiting for the guys to talk through their steps, and they're getting torches turned back on. We're getting cameras up and running, and now all the prep work is done, and we are going to start the assembly process. So they're going to have a little discussion amongst themselves, and then they are going to get started. So Nick has pulled that hand out of the annealer. He's going to warm it up a little bit. You notice he touched it. Graphite pad. He's going to kind of get all that frax dust off of it. And now they're going to start to talk about putting that female. I don't care. So Jean and I were just discussing how amazing Seneca Studios is and how much fun we have when we educate people about glass and the things that we do here. As you can see, the guys are kind of eyeballing and starting to really think about how they're going to put these two forms together. For those of you who are just tuning in, Nick has sculpted a hand. Kind of looks like you're pinching something, a hand that's kind of pinching. He's put that back in the annealer right this second, but in his other hand he has a female figure form. And I think the idea is that that female figure form is going to be put in between those two fingers that appear to be pinching. And so there's a lot of back and forth communication in this process to make sure that everything is perfect. You notice Nick is touching the glass with that pad. That's a graphite pad. It allows for the glass to remove any scuds or dust or anything that's on the surface so that it doesn't get cooked in and really solidify into the glass. And so in the annealing ovens, there's this material called frax. Think of it like fiberglass blanket. And so it's powdery and dusty. It's actually really gross stuff. Do not play with that stuff ever. But it's a wonderful material for insulation, for insulating heat. And so when you stick things on it, sometimes it picks up residual dust. And so Nick always likes to wipe that off so that it doesn't cook in with the flame. So what he's doing is he's just going to kind of add a little bit to that figure to make it a little bit longer so that it will fit in between the hand that he has sculpted, and then he will attach it. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, of course, we're always good for those. Seneca Studios is a 501c3 nonprofit, and we are dedicated to education and outreach. And if you have any interest, you can look us up at senecastudios.org and inquire about some of the classes that we offer. Seneca's instructors, we have a very small team, but we are all extremely passionate about the work that we do and the work that we do with the community and others. And so what I like to tell people is when you come to Seneca Studios to take a class, you're not just coming to learn about glass, you're learning about us as artists, you're learning about our organization as far as what we do with the community and what we do philanthropically in partnership with a lot of other places. You're learning about glass as an artistic medium, you're learning about glass as a scientific medium. Basically, glass blowers, we love to talk, and so if you come to take a class, chances are we're just gonna talk. So check us out online. Facebook's always a good place, and our social media outlets. This is the open studio nights in August. In August, the Hot Shop, which is our glass blowing studio, is shut down because it is extremely hot. In fact, last year we clocked it at about 140 degrees, way too hot for anybody to be blowing glass, especially you guys. So we have our flame working demonstration during August, and we bring in flame workers. Nick in the blue that you see working, he is our flame working instructor here at the studio. Nolan behind him in the yellow, he is one of our glass blowing instructors, but he also flame works at home, has a studio set up in his garage. Flame working is fantastic. Come take a class with us. We'll teach you how to make things. Maybe not hands holding figures just yet, but more like pendants and all sorts of fun things that you can make on this torch. Thank you. So you can see that Nolan is creating that crosshatch pattern that we saw earlier. He's now heating it up with his hand torch on a hot plate. And this is a really interesting hot plate. You can notice underneath that cylindrical disc, there seems to be a burner head. It's heating the bottom of this graphite plate. You notice also, you can see all these holes, allows the heat to distribute evenly up through so that the glass cane that he is heating gets heated evenly from underneath as well as on top. Nick, on the other hand, has picked up that hand. He has also added that sculpture to it. It is a tiny little green sculpture. And what he's doing now is localizing that heat, and he is going to begin to shape and form it so that it fits perfectly in between. Nolan's still heating. He's going to add what's called a punny rod, where he can actually pick this glass crosshatch pattern up and be able to heat it in the torch, the stationary torch. All right, Nick's grabbing that figure, pulling it a little bit. He's going to change his flame so that he can add the appropriate heat to keep everything nice and warm. And now he's going to do some final touches. So you notice the one thing, these guys make things look pretty easy. Flame working is in fact not easy, not even close. But the other thing you notice too is a lot of flame working is understand where to heat, understanding what needs to be heated, what doesn't need to be heated, and manipulating your arms in a way so that you can make that possible. And so it is pretty physical. Another thing that most people forget, and that only if you've ever flame worked for hours do you know, is that think about the position in which they're standing. If you start to really look and think about it, their arms are elevated up above their chest. And so if you think about, they've been working now for, almost, I think 2, maybe 3 hours. And so you can start to kind of feel for their shoulders in some ways. Flame working is a labor of love for sure. Not to say that the other disciplines are not. All of glass blowing is really a labor of love, including kiln forming, which is a cold manipulation process and also a discipline that we offer here. And so something that's really wonderful about this Open Studios Night demonstration is it gives you the opportunity to really see up close and personal people working. So much is lost in translation when you watch just a short video clip online. So Seneca Studios is located in the near south side on Magnolia Avenue. If you've never been here, you should definitely come. It's super fun. There's lots to do on Magnolia Ave. We have lots of craft beer and live music. We have lots of craft beer, live music, there's lots of restaurants, everything is mom and pop, and we really enjoy that part of this. So Nick just boxed that hand. He'll pull it back out in a minute so that we can all look at it. But it's basically a hand holding a figure. Nolan is working on that crosshatch rodicello. So Nick's got his torch back on, Nolan's got his torch on. Nolan is flattening with a marver, with the graphite marver, that rodicello pattern, heating it up. Not sure what he's going to be doing just yet, but I'm sure I'll find out here pretty soon. So Nick is going into the annealer right now. He's trying to get a different hand that he made prior to coming here and to just get an idea for the size. Oof, looks pretty good. You can't see him on the, whoa! No! Oh, he got it. This is why I love borosilicate glass, people. This stuff is fabulous. You can drop it and it's still good. And even if it breaks, it's okay because you can quickly pick it back up and heat it and melt it back together. So basically, what you didn't see on video, I'm going to tell you what just happened. So Nick, prior to coming, had made a hand. He also sculpted a figure. This figure rests inside that hand in a non-attached way. So let me say, he's making a kinesthetic sculpture. So the object will move freely, independently, in what he's created, these kind of indentations between the finger and the thumb. And so what you see him doing now is he's kind of fixing that sculpture of the little figure that he dropped, and and then he'll put it back and it will kneel, and then he'll check it probably again for size, and hopefully we'll catch that on camera, and then he'll anneal that, and that piece will be done. It's always fun when things fall around here. If you have any questions, please put them into the chat. We're happy to All right, so we are back and we got another camera up and running. Another thing that's super fun in the hot shop in a studio that's not air conditioned, which is why we really need your support, is the cameras. The cameras are all iPhones and they do not do well in the heat. And so every once in a while the iPhone gets too hot and it decides that it is not it's no longer going to run, so we lose a camera. So if you're enjoying this, drop a couple bucks in on our website through our funding page. We really appreciate the support. This is really cool stuff. If you want to get involved in another way other than financially, we have lots of community events that we do and opportunities to donate your time and to come and learn. And even if you just want to come and support other glass artists by purchasing something from our gallery or purchasing a class for somebody who feels like they're not very creative, we will absolutely make a creator out of them. That is what we do here at Seneca Studios. It's the thing we pride ourselves on, especially in our classes. We are here, one, because we're all passionate about this material, but two, mostly because we want to make you passionate about this material. And to be honest with you, it's real easy to do because this material is really cool, as you've been seeing while you're watching. So Nick in the blue, Nick Gomez, at Gomez Glass, and Nolan in the yellow. I lost Nolan's handle when the power went out. Nolan Art, at Nolan Art. No as in K-N-O-W. Both of them make amazing things. Both of them are instructors here at Seneca Studios. We have a very small staff here at Seneca Studios, and so 9 times out of 10 when you come and take a class from us, you might be taking a class from just one of our flame working instructors, but chances are you're going to take a class from our film forming instructor, who's also our visiting artist coordinator, or a hot shop class from our studios manager coordinator, or a hot shop class from our executive director. And so we're kind of a really close-knit family here at Seneca Studios, and we're really passionate about what we do, which is give people the opportunity to come to a public access facility and learn how to make glass art. So let me know if you have any questions, what you see. We are going to continue to wait while Nick finishes up his piece that he's working on, and Nolan, who's also working on his Botticello piece. All right, you guys, so Nolan finished up his Rodicello, and nope, hold on. And so basically what he's done is that crosshatch pattern that's all melted together. You could see it. Yes, thumbs up, bud. Good job, looks good. He's going to park that in the annealer, let it stay at a nice bombing temperature of 1050 degrees, and then he'll pick it up here in a little bit. Nick is working on that figure. I think he's adding a little bit to make sure it fits a little bit snugger in that hand. And I think the guys are just gonna, well, I'm not sure. See, we're trying something new here at Seneca Studios School of Glass, where I am no longer a part of the action in the hot shop or in the studio. I'm actually in our cold shop, which normally is our flame working studio. And so I'm not sure what's actually going on out in the flame working area, but what it would appear to be is that they're continuing to work. Well, no, there goes Nick. He's going to park his figure, and now let's see what happens.
I didn't know we were.
Sorry, everyone, had to get up to go talk to the boys. So what we've decided to do is, well, what they've done, and I'm going to walk and talk, okay? So basically what's happened is this adorable looking creature here. Hi! 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 We've decided to make you, yes! Yes, we have. So they're going to sculpt that little animal with a cat next to it or on it. Cat dog, cat dog. And there's our inspiration, that little furry guy right there. So,
I'm making the dog, right?
continue to watch them work. And we'll go back and forth. And this process is going to differ a little bit because they're actually going to make this sculpture solid. What's really fascinating is that they're actually going to make this sculpture based on looking at that animal as it sits in front of them. And this is a pretty common practice for people who do landscape paintings, or if you're doing figurative studies with people where you bring, you know, a live person in and you draw and sketch from a live view. So we're going to see how the guys do to this. This is kind of a last spur of the moment deal where they wanted to make something together and collaborate. And so what I believe is going to happen is one person is responsible for cat head, and other person is responsible for dog butt. No, sorry. Cat head, dog head. No butts?
I don't think so. I don't think butts.
No butts. Okay, so just the two heads, which is really good. Better, best. Okay, I'll just hold it like this when I talk into it. Again, with our technical difficulties, Jean and I are trying to figure out my microphone situation. I guess there's been a problem this whole time. Thanks, people, for writing that in the text chat box. Just letting me talk. Okay, so Nolan here, I'm not sure if he's sculpting cat head or
I believe Nolan has cat. And
dog head. Nick has dog.
and Nolan is kitty.
Nolan is cat. So where this differs from what they were doing is that they were working hollow. Now they're going to be working solid. So they're actually using solid rods of glass instead of kind of hollow tubes of glass. This differs because for a couple reasons, but most importantly, one, you can heat the glass in a different way and it won't collapse on itself like a hollow tube will. Two, you can actually build the material back on itself to create mass a little bit easier. But three, in my opinion, the most interesting is that you're no longer able to inflate the glass. It is now a solid sculpture, and that is it. And so it looks like they're working just out of clear. They're going to sculpt out of clear. Flame workers will do this. It saves time. We don't have a ton of time left in this demonstration, so I believe that's what they're doing. To save some time, it's just going to sculpt out of clear. And if I know Nick at all, he'll probably keep it relative to a pendant size, and he'll throw a little loop on there and make it into some sort of a dog cat necklace.
And then turn it off.
Maybe it's too loud, Gene. So, if you're just tuning in, we were inspired by a little furry animal that walked into our studio during this open studio night demonstration here at Seneca Studios School of Glass. And our little furry friend, which is this little adorable looking dog, inspired the guys to create a unique two-headed sculpture with a dog and a cat. So right now you can see Nick is sculpting. I believe he's sculpting the dog. Nolan over here is sculpting the cat, having a blast doing so. They're gonna they're gonna take a look. Will you show me what we're seeing out there? Thanks. Got somebody who's gonna run out there and we're gonna take a look, see where the boys are at. So if you haven't been here, or if you're just tuning in, Seneca Studios is a 501c3 nonprofit. We're dedicated to education, community, and philanthropic work in partnership with organizations to teach them about the rich history of glass making and glass art. My name is Tatara Siegel. I'm the Education and Outreach Coordinator here at Seneca Studios, and that's what my main focus here for the organization is to utilize glass for all areas of self-expression, healing, so on and so forth. We also have a fantastic area of study in 3 different disciplines. Right now you're watching a demonstration in flame working. Flame working is a glass manipulation process where you work on sticks of glass instead of steel. You hold the sticks and you work in front of a torch that is a mixture of propane and oxygen. These specific torches, there are tons of different torches. These specific torches are unique to these artists' particular needs and wants. This is what's called a surface mix. The propane and the oxygen mix just beyond the head of the torch and create this really interesting colored flame. But ultimately, it's just very hot. It's just a very hot flame. Borosilicate is the glass that they're using. Think of this glass as glass that you use at home in your kitchen. You can put it into your oven and turn it on to boil at 500 degrees and take it out and stick it onto the stove. It will not crack. It's been molecularly modified to be able to go through the process of heating and cooling quite rapidly to not create any stress on a molecular level. Borosilicate is a wonderful material. Oh my gosh, Nick, look at that. That's so great. Oh, Nolan, let's take a look, bud. There's a little cat. That looks so great. Nice job. Yeah, it's cute. Good stuff. It's a little fuzzy. Back up, back up, back up. Oh, there we go. Nice. All right, I got to get these guys' names right. I got them messed up. Okay. So I believe that Nick here in the blue is in charge of the dog, and Nolan there that you just saw, Nolan is in charge of the cat. And so they're working out of clear to save time, and hopefully they're going to assemble these two things together. There we go. There's Nolan in the yellow, and Nick in the blue. Nick's doing a process called a punty. It's where you add another glass rod, and then you can heat and separate, and the object will stay attached to that new glass rod that you applied. Nolan did the same thing with the punty. Now he's heating to remove. So if you've ever had any interest in playing with glass, breaking glass, wanting to learn how to fix the glass you break, want to learn how to cut glass up in a very specific way, want to melt it but not touch it when it's hot, want to play with it when it's hot, want to play with it when it's cold and then can get hot, these are all things you can do here at Seneca Studios, and they're all done in 3 different disciplines that we offer. The discipline you're watching right now is called flame working. The 2 other areas of study that we offer is glass blowing, where you remove glass from a furnace at 2100 degrees on a stainless steel solid pipe or a hollow tube, and or kiln forming, where you play with the glass in its cold state. The glass is flat, appears to be like window glass. It is in fact not the same formula, however, does look the same. You can cut, shape, assemble it, and then stick it into an oven. Turn that oven on to about 1500 degrees. All those pieces will solidify into one thing. We have a wonderful, fantastic gallery. We have 50 different artists, national and international. It is our way of giving back to the glass community. The glass community is not very large, but we are very proud, and so we do what we can to help artists that come through, artists that are local, that are trying to make a living selling glass, because it is such a fantastic material. I like to tell people when they come to take classes here that once they see this material in a molten state, once they see this material go from stagnant to molten back to stagnant, you will never look at glass the same ever again. And part of that is because of this magical sensation of watching something that is solid become molten and then become solid again. And that is the definition of glass. It is an amorphous solid. It does not have a molecular structure like anything else. It is itself unique. Oh, look at that. Nice. Nice, Nick. Nice little dog there. Nolan's putting on a body. So we got a little head, a little body. Nolan's doing the cat. It's really cute. Good armpit there, bub. See how Nick's doing. Looking good, Nick. It's adorable. So like I said, if you have any questions, remember Seneca Studios is an education facility. We're a nonprofit. We pride ourselves in education and passion and self-expression. Go to our website, senecastudios.org. Look us up. Look at our classes. You can read about us. Check out our mission statement. There are always ways that you can help, whether it's through our community events where you can come and donate your time, donating money. As you saw earlier, the power went out. That is always troublesome for glass artists who require equipment to make. And so we could really use your support, even if it is a come take a class, leave a 5-star review, anything. Our gallery has a lot of different price points for pieces of one-of-a-kind handmade glass art that you can own. Anything you can do to show your love and support for us is always greatly appreciated. Again, our website is senecastudios.org, and right now we've got 2 of our instructors working in the flame working studio for our open studios night on the flame working torch. They were inspired by a dog that is sitting with its owners watching this demonstration, and they are now sculpting the dog with the cat. two-headed animal in a very playful manner. So Nolan has handed off his half of the sculpture to Nick, and Nick's going to heat them up and assemble into one sculpture. I believe this sculpture is very unique and specific. One end it will be a dog, the other end will be a cat. And let's take a look and see if we can get a close-up of what Nick's doing here. So he's heated both sides, he's put it in the flame, he's attached it. Now he's going to separate it a little bit. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. The guys are having a lot of fun. They've created my favorite dog. I love a Wiener Dog. That's what that looks like. It's got a long body and short legs. All right. Super fun. And that's the sculpture. It looks good. Let's see. Let's take a look. And that's just the most adorable thing I've ever seen. You got a little dog on one side, and you've got a little cat on the other. And it stands. It's like a Flameworkers pulled pony. It's kind of cute. Looks good, you guys. Fantastic job. I'm not 100% sure what's going on after this, but that looks great.
Nick is complete.
Did the audio down?
So it would appear that Nick is done. I see Nolan's adding a few more pieces, a little bit here, a little bit there. And we will see what's going to happen with that.
He's going to make some complex cane.
Okay, so Nolan's going to work a little bit longer. We're going to watch him for a few more minutes. He's going to pull some more of that cane, and I think Nick is done. So nice job, Nick. And I'll keep you guys posted on what we're seeing right now. Nolan is heating up individual pieces of colored glass. As you can see, he's holding them all together, and then he's going to heat, twist, and hopefully pull. And we'll just keep watching. So basically, I think what's happening is they've added a piece of this glass to a drill. They're going to heat that, attach it, and then use the drill to make complex cane. Kevin's gonna show you the drill. That's part of this. So here is what's going on with the drill. Basically, they've chucked up a piece of boro and they flatten the end, and that's going to be where they're going to attach the glass that Nolan has in his hand, and they will heat it and stick it and then turn the drill on. And what it's going to do is create a twisting of the glass to make what's called a complex cane pattern.
Hopefully I gave you long enough to.
No, it's good.
Hey, this is my shot.
Hey. There you go. Nice. Oh, boy.
Oh man, that kills my wrist.
What's that beer? It's they have a bunch of beer on tap.
Nicely done.
Yeah, King.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I flipped it up. So, I gotta do something. Fair enough.
You want me to clean this up for you?
Cane. So
Again.
Nolan is heating up glass. Nick is gonna stick it to it, and then they're gonna pull and twist.
Pull and twist. Pull and twist.
Yes.
You heard it, folks, from Jeannie's lips. Pull and twist. They're gonna pull some more cane. So Nick is shaping the what normally would be called a post, which is attached to the drill. Nolan is heating up the remainder of the glass, and they're gonna stick. Here they go. And then they're gonna pull and twist again. So let's see. And that's the post. They stick, they twist. Slow down, fellas. And then they turn the drill on, and the colors will turn. And now they've created kind of a helix pattern. And now they have all this really pretty complex cane to be able to add to other things when they work in the future. Excellent job. That concludes our portion for our August open studio night. Thank everybody for coming out and watching. Again, if you have any interest in taking class, you can go to our website, senecastudios.org. Remember, there are lots of ways to help that are not just money, but if you feel the need, you want to donate, go to our website and you can find places to donate or to help or to come and check out our gallery. Thanks again so much for being here. We will be back in action in the hot shop in October and in September. Thanks, Jeannie.
Yeah,
And
September
Beads of Courage. We will be doing another flame working demonstration. So thank you everybody to watch. Thank you, Nolan and Nick, for being out tonight. We really appreciate you guys. And we will see you guys back in September.